Welcome. We're doing a deep dive today into something, well, quite timeless, I think. How we can live not just longer, but really fuller lives.
Mm-hmm. And we found these fascinating threads weaving together ancient insights and, modern science around three key habits.
Yes, these three interconnected practices: mindful breathing
Conscious eating.
and acts of kindness. And what's so compelling is that it's not really just about adding years, is it?
No, not at all. It's about adding life to those years, deepening the quality of our moment-to-moment experience.
Exactly. It feels like this wisdom that's resonated for centuries, and now science is sort of shedding new light on it.
It's about savoring the journey, not just counting the
It
steps.
really makes you think, doesn't it? Have you ever had that feeling like time is just slipping through your fingers and you wonder how to really be here for it?
That feeling, yes, time's flow, it's something we all grapple with.
It is. Which brings us nicely to our first focus: mindful breathing. Exploring this, the Buddhist concept of anicca impermanence really stood out. This idea that everything is constantly changing.
Like the river, always flowing, never the same water.
Precisely. And the insight there, for me at least, was that every moment we let slip by without really being present,
Mm.
it's gone. Like that water flowing away. It highlights the sheer preciousness of this moment.
Mm-hmm. The value in this breath right now.
Right. And it reminded me of the story we came across about Hiroshi,
Hmm.
a businessman, completely driven, always pushing for the next goal.
Sacrificing his well-being along the way, I imagine?
Totally. His health suffered. And then, edibly perhaps, he had a serious heart attack.
Oh, wake-up call.
A huge one. Lying there, recovering, he had this stark realization. He'd been so fixated on the future, he'd forgotten to actually live today.
How easy it is to fall into that trap, always chasing, never arriving.
It's quite sobering. I wonder how many of us do that, in our own ways. But the good news is, there's a way to navigate this flow differently. And that's where mindful breathing, anapanasati, comes in.
Yes, it's often described as a bridge, connecting mind and body right here, right now.
An anchor in the present. And what's fascinating is how modern science is now, well, catching up. Research shows that deep, conscious breathing, it activates the parasympathetic nervous system.
The body's rest and digest system,
Yes.
our natural calming mechanism.
Exactly. And the effects are pretty remarkable. Studies link it to lower cortisol, the stress hormone, better blood pressure regulation, even a stronger immune response. It's like, Harvard Medical School is confirming what ancient wisdom knew all along.
Our breath holds this incredible power for balance and health. It's always with us.
It really is. So
Yeah.
for someone listening thinking, okay, I get it, but how do I start? What are some simple practical steps?
The beauty is its simplicity. Find a quiet space, just for a few minutes. Sit comfortably, nothing special needed. Maybe close your eyes or just soften your gaze. And then just bring your awareness to your breath. Feel the air coming in, feel it going out. That's it.
And what happens when the mind wanders off?
Yeah.
Because, it will.
Oh, absolutely. That's perfectly natural. The practice isn't about having an empty mind. It's about noticing when your attention has drifted and gently, without judgment, guiding it back to the breath. Just a soft return. Even 5 minutes a day can start to make a real difference, like a little reset button.
That's reassuring. It doesn't have to be this huge, daunting thing. And thinking back to Hiroshi, this practice became really important for him, didn't it?
It did, profoundly. Post-heart attack, he started exploring it. It was difficult at first. His mind was so used to racing.
I can imagine.
But slowly, patiently, he started finding these moments of stillness. Each mindful breath created a little space, a bit of calm amidst the anxieties that used to drive him.
And it sounds like it went beyond just physical recovery. It shifted his whole outlook.
Completely. He began to reassess what truly mattered. Relationships, personal growth, meaning. These came to the forefront, replacing that relentless drive for external success.
Wow. It's such a powerful illustration. Mindful breathing is this gift we can offer ourselves anytime. A chance to pause, reconnect.
To return to the fundamental rhythm of being alive.
Yeah. Which flows so naturally into our second habit, conscious eating.
It does feel like the next step, doesn't it? If we're more aware of our breath, we can become more aware of how we nourish ourselves.
And the way ancient traditions viewed food is quite different. In Buddhism, it's not just fuel. It's seen almost as a sacred offering. We learned about this ritual, oryoki. It means something like just enough.
A practice rooted in gratitude and mindfulness and moderation.
Exactly. Taking that moment before eating to consider the food's journey, the people involved, the earth, then eating slowly, really tasting it and stopping before you're completely stuffed.
A mindful engagement with the very thing that sustains us.
And again, science is providing this fascinating echo. Mindful eating, research shows, helps us recognize satiety signals better. Eating slower gives our brain time to register fullness.
That vital connection between mind and body. Tuning in to what we actually need.
Right. And then there's the what we eat. Choosing nutrient-dense foods supports cellular repair, potentially slows aging, while processed foods and too much sugar contribute to inflammation.
Fueling ourselves with intention, it makes such a difference.
It really does. And there's that Japanese principle, hara hachibu, eat until you're 80% full.
Yes. Famously practiced by the Okinawan elders, known for their longevity, their diet, rich in vegetables, whole grains.
Proteins. It's all part of a mindful approach woven into their culture.
Yeah.
So for listeners wanting to try this, what are some simple tips for conscious eating?
First, maybe just pause before you eat. Take a breath, feel gratitude for the food, then slow down. Chew properly. Put your fork down between bites. Notice the textures, the tastes. And listen. Really listen to your body's signals of fullness. Aim for satisfied, not stuffed.
It's moving from automatic pilot to being present with the experience, treating our body like a temple, as they say, nourishing it with intention.
Precisely, honoring this physical vessel.
Which beautifully leads us to the third habit, extending outwards now. Acts of kindness, deeply connected to the Buddhist virtue of karuna, compassion.
Yes. A cornerstone of a meaningful life, benefiting both giver and receiver.
And the idea is that kindness generates this positive energy, this positive karma, rippling outwards.
An expression of our interconnectedness.
It really is. And the psychological side is just as compelling. When we're kind, our brains release oxytocin, serotonin, endorphins.
Those feel-good chemicals, they reduce stress, boost mood.
Exactly. And incredibly, research even links altruism helping others, volunteering with lower mortality rates and greater life satisfaction. Being kind is literally good for us, physically and mentally.
It speaks to that fundamental human need for connection, for purpose beyond just ourselves.
It does. And Hiroshi, after his recovery, he actively brought kindness into his life. He started volunteering, teaching meditation to others facing similar health issues.
Finding purpose and service. Giving back.
And through that, he found this deep joy, this fulfillment that his business success had never provided, realizing that impacting others' lives was where true meaning lay for him.
A shift from me to we. A profound transformation.
So how can we integrate more kindness? It doesn't need to be huge things.
Not at all. Small things, done consistently. A genuine compliment. Offering help without expecting repayment. Truly listening when someone needs an ear. Even just a warm smile to a stranger.
It's those everyday connections. They add up. Reminds us we're all in this together, and even small acts can ripple outwards.
Every act matters. It contributes to a more compassionate world.
So true. Now, we've looked at them individually, but the real magic seems to happen when these three habits work together. There's a synergy.
Yes, they reinforce each other beautifully, a holistic system.
So, mindful breathing is the foundation? How does that work?
Well, breathing anchors us in the present, like we said. That presence brings clarity, emotional balance. It creates a stable ground from which to make conscious choices about eating, about how we interact with others.
It quiets the noise, helps us hear our inner wisdom, our body's needs. We heard about Sarah, the entrepreneur, pushed herself too hard, had a panic attack.
A stark reminder of burnout.
Right. And she found immense resilience through mindfulness practices, especially breathing. What's the science there? How does it help manage stress long term?
It's neuroplasticity again. Consistent practice can actually change the brain, strengthening the prefrontal cortex, our rational decision-making hub, and potentially shrinking the amygdala, the fear center. We become less reactive.
That's incredible. We can literally rewire our stress response. So how do we weave breathing into a busy day?
Little moments, a few minutes in the morning to set the tone, a few conscious breaths when stress spikes, maybe before bed to unwind. Finding those pockets.
Okay, finding those pockets. And then conscious eating builds on that mindful foundation.
Exactly. When we're more present, eating becomes less automatic, more of a ritual. It aligns with that reverence for food we talked about, and science links it to better health outcomes, preventing chronic disease, promoting longevity, much like the Mediterranean diet, for example.
It's just the whole relationship with food. We heard about Maria, who used mindful eating inspired by Buddhist ideas to heal her relationship with food.
Yes, she moved away from restrictive patterns and found real joy in nourishing herself with whole foods simply by being more present and attentive during meals.
That's powerful. So, practical tips to make conscious eating stick.
Maybe create a peaceful eating space, even if it's simple. Engage all your senses, sight, smell, taste, texture, and always that moment of gratitude beforehand.
Making meal times a bit more sacred, even in a busy life.
Okay,
Yeah.
and kindness, how does that fit into the synergy?
Kindness, karuna, often flows more easily when we ourselves feel grounded and nourished. Mindfulness and conscious eating cultivate that inner well-being, giving us more capacity for empathy and compassion towards others.
And as we know, kindness boosts our own mood, releases those positive chemicals, and connects to longevity and life satisfaction.
It's like filling our own cup allows us to pour more generously for others. We heard about John, the retired teacher, finding connection in a community garden.
A perfect example of interdependence, our well-being tied to others and the earth.
And simple daily acts.
A heartfelt smile, listening fully, a word of encouragement, holding a door. Small things, big impact.
It really highlights that ripple effect. So it's this cycle. Breathing creates awareness,
Which informs conscious eating,
which fosters well-being and gratitude,
leading naturally to acts of kindness.
which further enhances our own peace and purpose.
Wow. A virtuous cycle nourishing mind, body, and spirit.
And Hiroshi's story brings it all together. Integrating all three wasn't just about recovery. It was a complete shift towards inner peace, meaning connection, over just external success.
A real testament to living holistically.
It really is. As we sort of draw towards the end of this exploration, I was thinking about that analogy. Life is navigating waves.
Some gentle, some turbulent.
Yeah. And we can't control the waves, the anicca, the impermanence, but we can learn to surf them with more grace, which connects to this paradox of control.
Ah, yes, the wisdom in letting go of rigid attachment to outcomes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Surrendering that need to control everything and instead embracing the present, whatever it holds.
Yeah.
How does that apply to these habits?
Beautifully. Mindful breathing. Observe without trying to force or fix the breath. Conscious eating. Approach with curiosity and gratitude, not strict control. Kindness. Give freely without expecting a specific return.
It's releasing that struggle that often brings ease. We found that mantra,
Yeah.
I release what I cannot control and I embrace what I can.
Simple yet profound. A powerful anchor.
It is. And this idea, the alchemy of habits, how intentional practice transforms the ordinary. Like mindfully drinking water becomes a moment of presence.
Infusing the mundane with sacred awareness.
Right. And Priya's story, overcoming anxiety, low self-esteem, not through one big fix, but the steady cumulative power of mindful breathing, eating, and kindness.
The small hinges that swing big doors. Consistent mindful practice.
So maybe some simple experiments for listeners to try this alchemy.
For breathing, maybe set a phone reminder, 3 conscious breaths a few times a day. For eating, try one meal in silence, just savoring. For kindness, set an intention each morning for one small, unexpected, kind act.
Lovely practical ideas. And finally, that concept of interdependence, everything connected.
Our breath links us to the air, our food to the earth and others. Our kindness creates ripples. We're not isolated islands. Recognizing this fosters compassion.
It broadens our view beyond just me. There was that exercise. Reflect daily on who and what supports your life and cultivate gratitude.
A simple practice to deepen that sense of connection.
So wrapping up, it comes back to what makes a life truly worth remembering. Maybe it's less about the grand achievements and more about cultivating inner wisdom, compassion, presence, day by day.
Living authentically, aligned with our values, connected to the whole.
And these 3 habits, breathing, eating, kindness, they're tools for that transformation. Not just adding years, but expanding our soul span, as someone put it.
Deepening our capacity for meaning, connection, and purpose.
So maybe a gentle challenge for everyone listening. For the next 30 days, try weaving these habits in. Start small, be kind to yourself. Just notice.
Yeah.
Notice the shifts in your mind, your body, your heart.
Pay attention. How does your clarity change, your energy, the warmth in your relationships?
Because the potential is immense.
Focus.
A calmer mind, vibrant body, warmer heart, deeper connections, a clearer path. Ultimately, the depth of living matters more than just the length, doesn't it?
These practices help ensure every moment counts.
Making each breath, each meal, each interaction truly meaningful.
So navigating that river of time.
May we do it with courage, grace, and a deep, mindful breath. Crafting a life not just longer but richer,